Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity that's been given to us. We are from Group 6, and now we are going to present about our company. And our company is PT XL Asiata Tbk. So our group consists of me as the OROH, and there are also Angelika WUWUNGAN, EURIENE LUWUK, JUAN, and KESIA. Next slide. Okay, before we talk about this company deeper, let me just give a short introduction for you guys about this company first. Next slide. So, PT XL Asiata is a company that run their business in telecommunication sector. It was established on October 6, 1989 under the name of PT Graha Metropolitan Lestari and service company name XL Komindo. And it was the first private company in Indonesia that provides cellular phone services. In 1995, they changed their name into PT XL Komindo Pratama. And in 2009, they changed it into Axiata Group, and also they changed their logo. And for the vision, XL Axiata is to become the #1 convergent operator in Indonesia. And for their mission, as you guys can see on the screen, there are 5 points as their mission. And what kind of products that XL Axiata provides? There are 6 products. The first one is XL Prabayar. So it is like visual service that we use, which we have to pay first before we use the service. And the second one is XL Prioritas. For the XL Prioritas, it is different with XL Prabayar because we are allowed to use the service first and pay it later. And XL Prioritas support with 4.5G internet. And the next is XL Home. It is an unlimited internet service that has been provided for families. And the next one is XL Business Solutions. So it was made for MSME to take advantage from digital tools in order to boost their sales and to improve their business. And the fifth one is Axis. So Axis is Asiata Group subsidiary that only provides 2 services. The first one is 2G service and the second one is 3G service. And the last one is Live On. So Live On is similar with the other postpaid service or service that allowed us to use its service first and pay it later. But for Live On service, the difference is the customer can choose their own products that they want, such as number until the data of the package. Next will be presented by my friend.
Okay, now we will continue to the next chapter. To the chapter 2, it is the external assessment. In this external assessment, there are 5 assessments. The first is economic forces. The first one, recession issue in 2023. Of course, recession will become a threat for every business. It is also will affect to XL Axiata company. Therefore, they already have a preparation for it. They will focus on 3 pillars, namely convergence proposition, network expansion, and customer experience. Next is Indonesia unemployment rate dropped to 5.86%. Unemployment rate has an important role in economic growth. In this case, the unemployment rate declined to 5.86% from 6.49% in 2022, which means there are more people got a job. It will give opportunity to excel because people will tend to spend their money because they get wages. And next, social, cultural, demographic, and environmental forces. The first one is Indonesian people became the most often access social media on the internet. Based on the data, there are 89.95% of people that use internet to access social media on 2021 to 2022. As we know that XL works in this sector which to provide internet quota for people. Therefore, XL Axiata can use this as their way to develop their business by offering the internet packages. And second, people love online shopping in this era. The data show 72% of Indonesian people use internet for shopping, especially through their smartphone. The COVID-19 also became as the main reason people used to do online shopping. Same as the previous point, to use e-commerce, people need internet connection, right? Therefore, it should be an opportunity for XL. Next, political, governmental, and legal forces. The first one is government regulation concerning post telecommunications and broadcasting. This implementing regulation could have an impact on the business plans and expansion of business actors in the telecommunication sector, including for XL. And second, frequency spectrum usage policy. One of this policy is the regulation on spectrum sharing. XL found opportunities in spectrum sharing with OLO or other telco operators for new technology, network efficiency and acceleration, and new business model delivery. And next, it is technological forces. The first is the 5G internet connection development. With the development of internet connection, XL can use this as an opportunity by contributing to provide 5G internet connection in order to keep their customer from moving to the competitor. And second, cybercrime. In this case, with the threat of cybercrime, XL Axiata has a preparation to face this problem by arranging a forum for discussion and knowledge sharing regarding business risk management, namely the Risk and Control Forum. And last but not least, it is competitive forces. The first one is Telkomsel has 174.5 million users in Indonesia. There are so many competitors for XL in this sector. One of them is, of course, Telkomsel. Therefore, it is a threat for XL because their competitor leads the market in Indonesia. And the second, IndiHome Wi-Fi reached 9 million subscribers in 2022, or in the last year. Wi-Fi became popular lately since the COVID-19 happened, which required people to stay at home. It is strengthening XL because people who use Wi-Fi at their home tend to not buy internet package. The demand of internet quota is decreasing due to the increasing in IndiHome Wi-Fi installation, which means it will affect to the sales. And the next chapter will be explained by Juan.
Okay, so for the next chapter, which is the chapter 3, are about the internal assessment. Next slide. So here are the factors or the forces that conclude the internal assessment. The first one is the human resource management. The company provide live virtual session learning program considered as strengths in order to support the development of the company key capability. XL Axiata provided various learning program through live virtual session as well as through online learning application. The next one developed a competitive remuneration system. It is considered as a strength. The company needs good quality candidates and employees. Through this remuneration system, XL Axiata can attract those candidates and maintain the competent employees and encourage them to show their best performance. The next force is the marketing. The package options are still less varied. It is considered as weakness. As packet variation is very important to attract customer, XL Axiata doesn't have enough variety of the package option. And the next one is XL advertising and promotion expense decreased from 500 to 24 billion Indonesian dollar rupiah to 470 billion Indonesian dollar rupiah. It is considered as a weakness as XL Axiata experienced an increase in revenue, but they decided to reduce their selling and marketing expense, which lead to affect their existing sale because, as we know, XL has a competitor that is difficult to replace. Therefore, reducing promotion will make it more difficult for XL to compete with its competitors. And the next factor is the finance. The company recorded all the growth in financial metrics. It is considered as the strength. In order to attract investor, the financial report must be provided detailed and transparent. And the next one, Excel Axiata share or the Excel decline, it is considered as the weakness as based on the data March 2023, Excel share was at 1,950. It is show the share decreased 29.86% for the past year. And the next one is the production operation. Excel Axiata made strategic partnership with Netflix and video. It is considered strengths as people tend to use Netflix and video because according to people behavior nowadays, the trend of K-drama, Netflix series affect their behavior to watch often. Therefore, Excel made this partnership in order to ensure that it always bring the best content to its customer. And the next one is the unstable connection at uncertain times. It is considered as the weakness as Excel network connection is still unstable sometimes. It could be cause of bad weather, place, or sometimes it just went down without any reason. And the next factor is the research and development. The first one is the Internet of Things service program. It is considered as the strength. IoT is from the product, namely Excel Axiata Business Solution. This service help businesses to achieve their goal with a less risk and supported with system sensor that can always monitor anytime, anywhere. And the next one is launch Excel Satellite Innovation is considered also as a strength. As Excel Satu is a service Excel Axiata provide with a fast and stable internet connection with fiber optic base and with cellular based service. The next one is the management information system. The first one is the advanced customer data privacy and security is considered as the strength as Excel Axiata applies ISO 27001 regarding to information security management system in order to plan, manage, review, and improve the company effort to protect information within the company relating to customer data. And the last one is the use customer personal data for automate decision making. It is considered as the weakness as the company use software algorithm without human review. An automated decision making could give negative effect to the customer because every decision that the company wants to make related to the customer decision must be verified by the customer permission. However, it also can give negative impact to the company because the computer system could wrong in deciding what the customers want, which will affect to the company itself. And the next one will be explained by my friends.
Okay, we move to the chapter 4, the internal and external SWOT analysis. The first one about the strength of the Excel Axiata company. There are the company provide live virtual session learning program, develop a competitive remuneration system. The company recorded all the growth in financial metrics. Excel Axiata made strategic partnerships with Netflix and video. Internet of Things service program, launch XL satellite innovation and advanced consumer data privacy and security. And weakness, the package options are still less varied. XL advertising and promotion expenses decreased from 524 billion Indonesian rupiahs to 470 Indonesian billion rupiahs. XL Axiata share decline, unstable connection at uncertain times, and use customers' personal data for automate decision making. The next will be presented by Angel.
Okay, for the next slide, opportunity. First, Indonesian employment rate dropped 5.86%. Second, Indonesian people became the most often access social media on the internet. Third, people left online shopping in this area. Fourth, frequency spectrum usage policy. And 5, the 5G internet connection development. Next is threat. First, recession issue 2023. Second, government regulation number 46/2021 concerning postal communication and broadcasting. Third, cybercrime. Fourth, the competitor Telkomsel has 177.5 million users in Indonesia. 5. In the home Wi-Fi, there is 9 million subscribers in 2022. Next slide. We move to the next slide is chapter 5, the strategy formulation analysis framework. External factor evaluation matrix. Okay, as you can see on the screen, the opportunity section has 5 variables, one of which is Indonesian often access social media on the internet with a weight given 0.13 and a rating of 4. So the weight score becomes 0.52. As well as the trade section also has 5 variables, one of the cybercrime with a weight given 0.10 and a rating of 4. So that the weight score becomes 0.4. So that the total external factor evaluation matrix becomes 3.06. So based on the EFE matrix for the company PT XL Axiata Tbk, show that the most important external factor for the PT XL Axiata Tbk is that Indonesian people often access social media on the internet, which is shown with a weight of 0.13. Based on the EFE matrix, PT XL Axiata is very good at dealing with external factor because it has a value about 2.5, which is 3.06.
So for the next one will be the competitive profile matrix or the CPM. Next slide. So here is the Excel competitive profile matrix. So in this matrix, we are comparing XL Axiata with its competitors. And in this case, we choose Telkomsel and Smartfren to be compared with XL Axiata. And we also have 8 critical success factors, which are advertising, product quality, price competitiveness, customer service, financial position, customer loyalty, expansion, and the last is the market share, which each own have their own weight and going to be multiplied with the rating itself. And based on the assessment we have done, Telkomsel has the highest score with 3.6 and follows by XL Axiata with 3.26, and Smartphone has the lowest score with the score of 2.28. Next slide.
There are 7 strengths and 5 weaknesses in this internal factor evaluation matrix. As you guys can see in the screen, the most important factors in strength is for XL Axiata has made strategic partnerships with Netflix and video with a weight of 0.11 and a rating of 4, resulting in a weighted score of 0.44. From the internal factor evaluation matrix above, the total weighted score is 2.74, so it can be concluded that XL has a strong internal position.
Okay, now we move to the next matrix. It is SWOT matrix of XL Axiata. Next slide. Okay, since my partner already explained to you about the SWOT, now I will just explain about the strategies of the SWOT. So the first, it is strength opportunity strategies. We will expand the live virtual session learning program to target the Indonesian population who frequently access social media on the internet and take advantage of the low unemployment rate by offering online training programs to develop new skills and improve employability. The strategy based on the strength number 1 and opportunity number 1 and 2. The next strategy, based on strength number 5 and opportunity number 5, it is take advantage of the opportunities provided by the frequency spectrum usage policy and 5G internet connection development by launching new Internet of Things services such as smart homes, smart cities, and smart logistics that can improve efficiency and reduce costs. And next, it is weakness opportunity strategies. There are 3 strategies in this session. The first is to capitalize on the Indonesian people's frequent access to social media and online shopping. It is address the limited package options by using customer data to identify their preferences and introduce new package that cater to their needs. It is allowing XL Axiata to offer more personalized package. The strategy based on weakness number 1 and opportunity number 2 and 3. And the second, to take advantage of the low unemployment rate and develop a targeted advertising campaign that promotes XL Axiata services to potential customers. This strategy can help increase the company's market share and revenue while addressing the decrease in advertising and promotion expenses. The strategy based on weakness number 2 and 3 and opportunity number 1. And the next strategy, it is leverage the opportunities provided by the frequency spectrum usage policy and 5G internet connection development to address the unstable connection issues. So XL Axiata can invest in new technology infrastructure and introduce new services that provide reliable and high-speed internet connectivity. Next slide, I will explain about strength threat strategy and weakness threat strategy. The first, I will explain about the strength threat. The first one, it is address the increasing threat of cybercrime by investing in new data privacy and security measures and introducing new services that promote cybersecurity. This strategy can help build customer trust and address their concerns about data privacy and security. It is based on strength number 7 and threat number 3. And second, we will develop a targeted marketing campaign that promotes the unique features and benefits of XL Axiata's internet and streaming services compared to Telkomsel services. This strategy can help attract and retain new customers by highlighting XL Axiata's competitive advantage. And the third, we will introduce new services and package that cater specifically to customers who are using other Wi-Fi services. This strategy can help attract new customers who are looking for a more reliable and high-speed internet connection or streaming services. This strategy is based on strength number 6 and threat number 5. And the last session, it is weakness threat strategies. There are 5 strategies in this session. The first is develop a diverse range of package options to attract customers during the recession period. And next, implement cost-saving measures to optimize advertising and promotion expenses while also focusing on developing new innovative marketing strategies to counter the effects of government's regulation and cybercrime. And the third, we will diversify the business to mitigate the impact of the declining XL share and the strong competition from Telkomsel and IndiHome Wi-Fi. And fourth, we will invest in improving network infrastructure and customer service to address the issue of unstable connections, which could lead to customer retention and loyalty during the recession period. And lastly, we plan to develop a strong data privacy policy and invest in data security measures to prevent cybercrime and reassure customers of their data security. which could be a key differentiator against Telkomsel and IndiHome Wi-Fi. In this strategy, we is based on weakness number 5 and threat number 3, 4, and 5. Next slide.
Okay, now we move to space metrics. Next slide. There are 4 points here that we have to evaluate. As you guys can see on the screen, for the financial position, the total for each factors is 20, and divided by 5 factors, it got 4 points for the average. And for industry position, we divided the total, which is 17, and divided to 5, so the average is got 3.4. And for the stability position, the total of each factors is minus 16 and divided to 5, and it got minus 3.2 for the average. And the last one is competitive position. We've got minus 2.8 for the average by divided, minus 14 for the total, and 5 for the factors. And based on these points that we've got, we included those points in the directional factor coordinates. So for the x-axis, we put the result of competitive position plus industry position. So it will be minus 2.8 plus positive 3.4, and it is equal to positive 0.6. And for the y-axis, we calculate the result of stability position minus 3.2 plus financial position, which is positive 4, and the result is positive 0.8. Next slide. So for the coordinate that we've got is positive 0.6 for the x-axis and positive 0.8 for the y-axis. According to this coordinate, XL Axiata is in aggressive position. And based on this position, the strategy that we will recommend to use are market penetration, market development, product development, diversification, and backward, forward, and horizontal integration. Next slide.
Okay, now we move to Weston Consulting Group metrics. To determine the relative market share position, we divide the market share from XL with the market share from the market leader, Telkomsel, then multiplied by 100%. As you can see in the screen, market share from XL is 22.21%, and the market share from market leader Telkomsel is 66%. So 22.21% divided by 66%, then multiplied by 100%. So the relative market share position that we've got is 0.33. So that the position of XL is on the question mark quadrant.
Okay, now we continue to the IE matrix, or the internal external matrix. Next slide. The internal external matrix is based on 2 key dimensions: the IFE total weight scores on the x-axis and the EFE total weight scores on the y-axis. So as you can see here, the IFE total weight scores is 2.74, and it is in the average area. And for the EFE total weight score, it is in the height area because it total 3.06. So XL Axiata is in quadrant 2 of the IE matrix that called grow and build. This quadrant represents the potential to grow and expand the market share by leveraging the strengths and addressing external challenges. To capitalize on this opportunity, XL Axiata must focus on building and strengthening the internal capabilities while also identifying and pursuing new opportunities in the market. This may involve investing in research and development, or R&D, to create new products and services, improving operational efficiency to reduce costs, and developing partnership and alliances to expand the reach. Overall, quadrant 2 of the IE matrix presents a positive outlook for companies that are well positioned to grow and build despite external challenges. By focusing on the strengths and pursuing new opportunities in the market, Excel Axiata can achieve sustainable growth and success over the long term. And for the next matrix will be explained by my partner.
We move forward to the grand strategy matrix. Next slide. For grand strategy matrix, we have to put the data of competitive position of the company and the market or industry growth. And according to the data that we've got, the market growth is 10.9%, which means it exceeds 5%, so it could be placed on rapid market growth. And according to the competitive position, PT Excel Axiata can be assessed as strong competitive position because Excel Axiata keep maintaining their position in telecommunication industry. They keep strengthening their position as the best information and communication technology provider in Indonesia. So, based on this data, PT Excel Axiata is in quadrant 1, which means they are in excellent strategic position. Quadrant 1 also means has excessive resources. It means that the backward, forward, or horizontal integration would be an effective strategy for PT Excel Axiata. Quadrant 1 also has been recommended to use related diversification to reduce the risk associated with a narrow product line. They are allowed to take risks aggressively when it is necessary. And next slide will be presented by my friend.
Okay, so for the next one will be the quantitative strategic planning matrix or the QSPM. And the next slide. After all the matrix and all the data and all the assessment that we have done, we occur this QSPM matrix, and it's include of the opportunities, the threats, the strengths, and the weaknesses. And we also include the strategy. There are 3 strategies. The first one is the increase package option, and the second one, optimize social media promotion. And the third one and the last is the upgrade the network infrastructure. And we also have the key factor from the opportunities, threats, strengths, and weaknesses, which later on they all have their own weight and going to be multiplied with the assessment score to achieve to get the total assessment score, and will be scored later. And for the first one is the opportunities. We are scoring some of the key factor, which is the Indonesian unemployment rate fell to 5.86%. And we also scoring the Indonesian people often access social media on the internet factor, and the interest in online shopping in the modern era. And the last in the opportunities, we scoring the development of 5G internet connection. And the next is from the threats. From the threats, we are scoring the key factor of recession issue in 2023. And we also scoring for the Telkomsel has 174.5 million users in Indonesia. And we also scoring the last for in the threads is the IndiHome Wi-Fi reached 9 million subscribers in 2022. And for the strengths, next slide, please. And for the strengths, we are scoring the sum of the key factor includes of Excel Axiata made strategic partnership with Netflix and video, Internet of Things service program, and launch Excel satellite innovation. While for the weaknesses, we are scoring some of the key factor, which are the package option are still less varied. Excel advertising and promotion expense decreased from 500 to 24 billion Indonesian dollar rupiah to 470 Indonesian dollar rupiah. And the last one is the unstable connection at uncertain times. And based on the assessment of the score, so the third strategy, which is the upgrade the network infrastructure, score 3.94, and follows by the number one strategy with 3.69, and follows by the strategy number 2, 3.11. Next slide. And by that, we draw the conclusion that PT Excel Axiata has been recommended to use the strategy of upgrade the network infrastructure that has the highest in scoring, followed by the strategy of increased packet option and the strategy of optimized social media promotion. This makes the strategy of the upgrade the network infrastructure more ideal, and the strategy of the optimized social media promotion is less ideal for Excel Axiata. And by investing in infrastructure upgrade, Excel can accommodate future growth and emerging technologies. They can incorporate features such as 5G connectivity, fiber optic infrastructure, and advanced network management tools. This proactive approach enables Excel to adapt to evolving market dynamics and stay ahead. And that is all for our presentation. Thank you for the opportunity that has been given to our team. Thank you very much.